it's no hate in my heart for really nobody, period, especially in present time. You dig what I'm saying? But that era, it was just an amazing moment for me.
I woke up one morning and I was Googleable. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it was, cinematic.
And I'm human, you know what I mean? So, but it's just like with school, if you want to become a doctor, you got to put that time in. You got to study, you got to learn the ins and the outs.
And the industry of female rap as it is today is nothing like that.
I can't do nothing right. You get into a relationship, you can't do nothing right because your mental is on. Is you trying to snake me? I don't trust you.
I'm Hove, and this is
Brinan Weeks. You can find me on all platforms as Brinan Weeks, BRINANWEEKS. All platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who he is, well, you're going to find out today. Today, we're going to sit and speak with Mr. Brinan Weeks about his comedic career, his experiences, the ups and the downs, because, of course, in the struggle, we want to know the full picture. So, we're going to play the tape to the end and see what's going on with Mr. Brinan Weeks. What's going on, man?
What's up, brother?
Appreciate you for coming. Mm-hmm. All right, so they tell me you tell jokes for a living.
Yeah, I do a little bit.
You do?
Yes, sir.
That's the funniest thing I heard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, so honestly, what made you get to comedy?
Well, my father. My father was a performer. My mother was a performer. My dad was on Broadway, movies, TV. Trained actor, Juilliard, Alvin Ailey, and my mom was a ballerina.
What the hell?
Yeah, and I can't dance, so that's like this is what I got.
You had like a Disney family.
No, yes.
So you go home, your mom be spinning in the living room.
No,
and your dad be acting Shakespeare.
No, we were born after they finished their careers.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like, my parents were together for like 10 years, and then they decided to have children. So like, basically, my dad's like last couple of years in the industry, I was born, and then he realized he needed to get a real job because the industry, just, you know how it works. Okay. So,
no, I don't know how it works, sir.
Okay, so you get to a point where you like plateau. You know, you people stop calling you, that kind of thing, and he realized, he had to jump ship, and so I was born in Manhattan, 1986, West 89th, Central Park West, Upper West Side.
Okay. Banging, but this is California. It's susceptible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then we moved upstate to Albany to like a nice little country house, and so I was raised in the countryside.
What was that like?
Very good, actually.
When you say countryside, you gotta remember I'm from California, sir, so I'm used to the concrete jungle.
No.
What the hell is a countryside?
Countryside, woods, mountains, wildlife. I grew up basically like
in the boonies.
In the boonies, yeah.
Oh shit!
It's kind of like a little Native American kind of thing, like just being able to. I was like in nature for like the first 17 years of my life, of just like.
So on some Tarzan shit.
Kind of. No, I mean that's jungle. Like this would be more like Pocahontas. you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I had
your friends was raccoons.
Yes. I had like a pretty cool childhood. Like
what the hell?
Yeah, bro. Now
that's amazing, bro. So how the hell did that end up you telling jokes? What's so funny about your cool ass lifestyle?
Because it is funny.
What? No, yeah. The fact it sounds like a Disney episode.
Yes.
What the hell?
I'm spinning in the woods with leaves going around me like I'm fucking magical, bro.
And then when you went through your trip and phases of being a teenager and smoking weed, you probably had even more fun.
Actually, which is crazy is because near my high school there was a youth penitentiary, and sometimes those kids would be bussed in, and so most of my friends were like just all the people of color that were there, because I'm half black and half white. My dad's black, my mom's white.
Okay.
The bit about that is my dad was in blaxploitation films in the 70s. He was in films like Shaft, Truck Turner.
Your dad played in Shaft?
Yeah, my dad was one of the...
Which characters?
One of the gang at the end. And
so he was a paid extra.
Yeah. Well, no, not paid extra, but he was in the cast, I guess. And then Truck Turner, he was Isaac Hayes' sidekick. And then Black Belt Jones with Jim Kelly.
Okay.
He was the dojo master. Right.
Knock it off.
Yeah. So when growing up was kind of hard because like if I didn't do my homework, he'd be like, "No, listen here, Jive Turkey," and then like whoop my ass to like a.
He would really say that?
Yeah, he'd like whoop my ass to a Curtis Mayfield soundtrack.
Your dad would say Jive Turkey.
No, actually, my dad was very highly educated, and he forced me to enunciate.
No, I'm just saying that just lets you know it's like a prequel to how bad that ass whooping was finna be.
Yes.
If the person said, "Look here, Jive Turkey."
Yeah. Now,
damn.
So yeah, and my mother's from Kansas, and just like this little lily white. My mom's blonde. You know, that's where I feel like I get some of my mentality.
Okay.
And you know, she ran the house with like an iron fist. I'm oldest of 4. You know, and you know, my family was a unit. We were like a unit in the woods, and so we were like, you know, doing all the household chores, that kind of shit.
When you say household chores and you in the woods, I'm just, my mind just
chopping.
Was y'all collecting water and shit?
Chopping wood. You know, you had to do all your own home repairs. You know, like
reshingling the roof.
Reshingling the roof. I've done a lot of roof work, carpentry, plumbing, electrical work. Like I figured out like.
So why you become a construction worker? What's up with the jokes, bro?
Well, so we're not even there yet. Actually, I used to beatbox, and that was something I found out.
Show me something. I gotta see this.
Like so we could start with like the early shit, like you know, like, and then I figured out an inward snare, and then that kind of like changed the whole thing. There's a guy named Kenny Muhammad, and he's from Brooklyn, and I saw this YouTube video in like 2000, and I was immediately like, oh, I can do this sound, and then I made it a thing, and so I started doing like live performances at like talent shows, open mics, and like different, whatever we traveled, like vacations, whatever, as a family, I would always find like some shitty bar, you know, it'd be like, hey, I just want to perform at the open mic tonight, and I'm like 16, and they're like, sure, come in, and I would just, you know, like I can do like okay.
So you got paid for that shit?
No, not for a while. It was just kind of just like just I needed to do it. There was like this drive
It was your phase.
just to do it, and then in like 2007, I went to Africa.
Doing that?
For study abroad.
What?
So they had a meeting. I was, you know, for study abroad. I show up super late, like I did for this interview, and I only have one country left. Like, you know, because all the white kids were just like, I'm going to go to Europe, I'm going to go to Spain. And I was like, I'm going to go fucking Africa because this is an option. And they had a country called Senegal.
Okay, dope.
And so I went to Senegal, and my shit changed up, man.
What was it like being in Africa?
Fucking wild, bro. Remember that Jamie Foxx special? Everything in that.
Yeah.
Everything in that.
The smells and all that.
Richard Pryor did another bit about Africa. Same thing. As soon as you walk off the plane, you know, it was like a 14-hour flight. I needed a cigarette. I fucking put a cigarette in my mouth, and as soon as I like light it, I get this giant hand on my shoulder, like, you know, just like Mutombo ass, you know, like just fucking huge hand. And I look down and I look up, and it's this like 8-foot tall African dude, and he's like, "That is forbidden." And I was like, all right. So I gotta.
Why does it sound like that was on a video game?
Yeah, so that is. And so as soon as that moment hit, I had to figure out how to get the fuck from the airport to my university that I was studying at.
Because that is forbidden.
And there was no help. I was watching white people get their shit taken from their fucking cabs when they put shit in the cabs, and then somebody would come out of nowhere, grab their luggage and leave. I was like, no, everything's on my lap. Got to my university. I was there for about 2 months, and then I met this other guy from Mauritania, and he was like a rapper. Mm-hmm. And he said that there was like a Mauritanian national soccer team was in like recording a song for like their anthem for like when they walk out onto the field. Okay. And like Africa's like mad informal, you know what I mean? So like these are like, you know, world-class athletes, and they're just like hanging out in front of my school, you know?
Okay.
And so I'm like, me and the homeboy go there. We end up, you know, taking a cab out to this village on the outskirts of town. And there's this producer there. His name is Lion Jai. And he worked with this woman called Jennifer Endure, who is the great-granddaughter of one of like the national heritage artists of the country, this guy Endure. And we ended up producing like 3 songs. And the only strength was I was an American. That was it. I was American and I'm kind of black. So like that was good enough for me to go and help like produce this song. So I got into making beats. I got into rapping for a little bit, producing, you know, engineering. I figured out this whole thing with this crew.
So how the hell you go from
Now wait,
beatboxing to making beats
now
to telling jokes?
So I get back to Albany, right? And I have all this creative energy and I don't know what to do with it.
Okay.
So I start hosting my own radio show at my college, right?
Okay.
So I end up being able to play like world music, rap music, just for all these crackers in the countryside, right? Like I'm bringing like this whole like multicultural thing.
Okay.
I build it up. I get a good following on the show. I end up creating a producer's like beat battle, kind of, you know, set up, and I end up being able to put it in like the local Radio City Music Hall of the area, right?
Okay.
Like and so I started doing a number of shows there, and I started emceeing the event, right? And you know, just thinking about you know, just crowd control and like being able to really set a tone and like set like kind of like how do I make this a show? And then I started just doing jokes, and 2015. Girlfriend was like, I'm sick of shoveling snow, let's get the fuck out of here. And I was like, let's go to LA. And so I came here, I went to grad school, finished my master's in teaching. That was another thing my father was encouraging me to do, is to teach. And then because I kept on getting in so many arguments with her, I had to go find a hobby, you know what I'm saying, when you live with somebody. And I ended up going to this open mic over on Sunset Grill. And I met this guy named Plug Chapman. Plug, if he won't watch this, but hi. He's T.I.'s nephew.
Okay.
And so we ended up just running the streets doing mics for like 2 years. And then I was beatboxing and putting it into my comedy. And I kind of created this like interesting meld. And I'd say about 2017, went to this one open mic it was downtown, called the Clown House.
Okay.
And the Clown House is run by this guy named Adam Barnhart. His name is on the Comedy Store. He's kind of like a comedy teacher. And it was pouring rain, and I was like in my house, and I was like, I can't fucking go, you know, if you give up sometimes, right? And like to that day, I was like, I'm not giving up, I'm gonna go. So I hop on the fucking train, go all the way downtown, and I'm the only one there. Right, nobody shows up for the mic, and so he comes over to me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to just like host Fridays?" And I was like, "Sure." So I ended up being able to like host Fridays for like 3 years at this shitty open mic downtown. It was filled with clown memorabilia from like hundreds of years, and some of them are like
creepy.
Yes, but also amazing if you're not creeped out by that. Right? It was like this French architect ended up collecting all this clown memorabilia from like all over the world, and so some of them are like singular pieces worth like, you know, they're absolutely priceless, and they're just kind of in this little shitty open mic downtown, and I ended up getting like a lot of opportunities. I ended up being able to host a show in the belly room at the Comedy Store called The Clown Show for a little bit, and Laugh Factory, the Improv. I started being able to circulate.
Okay.
And yeah, man, it's been fun ever since. Like you know, the pandemic was a very big like divisive point. You know, in how the world worked, and so pre-pandemic comedy was like, you know, I was getting up there, and then the pandemic hit, and then I kind of had to start all over again.
What was that like?
The Wild West. The pandemic made it so you couldn't go outside, right? And you couldn't socialize, you couldn't gather, but
so they say.
And we did that anyway. Right?
Okay.
I was creating like little speakeasy mics where like people could, if they had the urge to do comedy, because, you know, I feel like comedy is like an addictive obsession. You know what I mean? Like if you're in it, you're in it.
Are you an addict?
Yes, to comedy, yeah.
How long do you go before telling a joke?
I mean, if it's been like you asked me for backstory. I mean, yes.
No, I'm saying usually
It's
I mean, not to tell a joke,
I
but
mean like 7 minutes. I mean, I included one in the beginning, but the rest of this is just
no,
context.
I'm saying, how long do you go before like, all right, I did a show, I gotta do another one?
2 days.
Dead ass. So like you doing like 15 shows?
Even shows, I'll still go mic just to like work stuff out because I'm never satisfied. Really, I always have an urge to do comedy.
Why you never satisfied?
Because I am not making any money yet.
So are you really that funny then?
Yeah, I'd say I'm funny enough.
But people that's funny is paid and you're not making enough.
I mean, I get paid for comedy. Don't get me wrong.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I do.
You're not convincing me.
I don't have to.
True.
Right.
So anyway.
Hey. Yeah.
But realistically, as you go around, what is the goal? Because like you're doing all these shows, you're saying you're not making the money you want to, but do you think is it because I do events too and I see events. Do you think it's because the people don't want to come out no more? They got too much TV in their hand, and is that part of it, or?
It's about being booked on the right shows. That's the deal. And getting into industry.
Okay, hold on. Slow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because that makes a lot of sense, right? Mm-hmm. Well, what technically would be a right show for a comedian? Because y'all is what y'all requires a little different,
right? I mean, there's only so many spots a week at the 3 major clubs, you know, and even then, that's a lot of kissing ass. That's a lot of.
And let's be clear, you talking about the Ice House, the Comedy Chateau?
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the 3 big ones, the big 3: okay. Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, Improv. Ice House, Comedy Chateau, Ha Ha Cafe. Those are good places. No shade to any of those people, but I just haven't. There is a judgment, don't get me wrong, of like where you do your comedy, and
so what if you funny as shit and you just downtown and none of those names that you dropped right now,
right? Yeah, you
be
still
judged
do.
for that?
No, I'll do any show. Don't get me wrong.
Would a comedian be judged for that? Because you said there is a little judgment.
I just won't get any notoriety, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain way, like, if you catch a wave and you start doing bigger shows, your name starts getting pushed around a little bit more.
Right.
And then people start reaching out to you like, hey, I saw you were on this. Can I put you on this? And it's like, sure. And so there's kind of like, it's like a style, I guess, like in terms of like what kind of show are you willing to do? Because I know some comics will back out of shows because they don't like the vibe. Now,
are you going to be one of them comics that cross over to TV, or are you going to stay on stand-up? Or movies, because that's 2 different lanes too.
Getting into acting, I hate actors. Is that something to say? I can say I hate.
Is this a theoretical hate, or you know them and you just fucking hate them?
Yeah, it's both. It's both, really. It's like the lack of self-awareness. Even if they are a fantastic actor, just their regular personality sucks. And I just go like, there's a lot of putting on that my cynicism doesn't allow for any joy. You know what I mean? And so like when actors come in, they're like always really fucking happy and motivated and shit. And I'm not with it. I'm just not.
So you're just negative all the time?
I feel that's a defense mechanism.
Why?
Because then if I have no expectations, I'm not disappointed.
So you've been let down all your life and that's your fear mechanism kicking in?
I think it's just kind of like it's a good barrier. I feel like it's a kind of like a self-awareness thing, like, yeah. Even coming here, I had no idea what to expect.
Right.
That's
crazy.
But then, this turned out really great. So like, I'm pretty stoked about this. So
you just going around like in life and like, man, this probably gonna be some bullshit.
Yes. And then I'm surprised.
That's your black side, you know that. No.
Yeah. No, it is.
Because I be feeling like that too, but that's my black side too.
Right.
You ain't the only half breed.
Yeah, no.
So I think we all got that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You look like green tea.
I look like green tea,
not iced tea.
Green tea. Oh my god. Look, it's brisk, baby.
Okay. All right.
If anybody caught that, if you're not, you're just slow. But anyway, okay, so acting wouldn't be the role. Not even on sitcoms.
We did you could look this up on YouTube. I'm not proud of it, but I kind of am. We did this space parody spinoff called Niggas in Space.
Niggas in Space. Why would niggas be in space?
Niggas in Space. No, we made it like Black Star Trek.
Okay.
And so we really leaned in to everything, just gags. And I'm a big fan of doing like that British humor where there's always something like just the unexpected twist in the moment. So we did like 6 episodes.
Okay.
And then we created like a super cut of it. And yeah, I'm kind of proud of it. We did it because we included like blaxploitation shit. Like I took like my whole history and like jammed it into this like little project, and I starred in it. And I'm not a very good actor, so you'll see that.
So you don't hate actors, you just hate your own acting.
We've come to the crux of it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, God bless you. See, look, my therapy sessions cost $75 an hour. But you're blessed.
Thank you, doctor. Appreciate it.
God damn it. Well, you can't get mad at yourself your first time, right?
Right. And so I have to get the opportunity to do another one.
So rumors has it you're working on other shows. What are we looking at on the next shows?
Right now, primarily working on sketches on TikTok and Instagram. I have like a team called Comedy Powder, and we kind of put shit together probably once a week, and we pump out content that way. And then nothing on bigger platforms yet. Like I told you outside, like I had a meeting with this other studio, and it ended up being some bullshit. So that was, I'm just trying to keep an open mind here.
As a comedian, independent, do you find a lot of bullshit?
Yes, constantly.
Why?
Because we're in LA, and I think people here are professional bullshitters, right? Some people get paid to produce bullshit. Some people push bullshit. And
hold on, let's be clear.
Yeah.
What exactly do you mean by bullshit? For those who've never been to LA.
Bullshit. I feel like LA, there's that phrase where it says people from New York are not nice but kind, and then people in LA are nice but not kind. Right? Because you could, I don't know if you've ever been shit-faced out, after a bar or something, you're talking to somebody, they tell you your entire life story, and then you just leave and never see that person again. I feel like LA, people could tell you everything about themselves, and they'd get hit by a bus, and then you just turn around. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't, like, I just don't think there's any sense of community here, in the sense of like, everybody just looks out for themselves. Mm-hmm. And being promised the moon and then showing up and it's a grape, you're like, oh, this isn't what it's circular, but it's nothing that what I thought it was going to be.
Right. So are you saying technically LA is got a natural skill for marketing or something?
I mean, it's
over marketing.
Overselling and underproducing.
Okay, yeah. But they got Hollywood, so I mean.
Yeah, and Hollywood is interesting too because I've worked at Live Nation, I've worked at Netflix, doing various odd jobs. I went through a temp agency, and you just kind of see like the back end. Like I worked at Live Nation in Beverly Hills in the mailroom, and just seeing what like corporate waste and just kind of this moving millions of dollars to do nothing, right? Like, and you just go, oh, this isn't even that great. Why are they charging why are tickets so expensive? You know what I mean? For something that's okay, and
to make up for their corporate spending.
Sure. And you just, I remember, cause I was like a utility handyman, right, around the offices. And, I remember I was with the CFO of, Live Nation, and, I'm in his room. I'm on this ladder, and I'm like trying to drill a hole for this light bulb. And he was yelling at me for about 20 minutes about like where to fucking put the drill hole, because he needed the right like feng shui, some shit for him to feel more productive at his job. And halfway through, I was like, I could fucking just, do a WWF and just suplex this motherfucker, but I'll go to jail. And so like right. I had to think about that, like as he's yelling at me while I have this power tool in my hand that could kill him, and I just had to go along with it because that's what he wanted. I guess the point I'm making is just like,
damn,
I
would have quit that job that day.
Nah, man, you got a house nigga it. Yes sir, no sir.
Who got to be a house nigga?
I will do that if you need some good acting.
See, that's that white in you.
Yeah, that's the white part.
I swear for God, I can't be a house nigga. See, that's the extreme.
I'll just kick my legs a little faster, make the bed warm.
Oh no, I can't do it. See, I'm a reverse Negro. I'm light on the outside and hella dark on the inside.
Is your mom black or is your mom white?
My mom black.
See, that's where the inverse. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, yeah. My mama wasn't playing that shit.
No. Yeah.
So, all right. So we're gonna be doing comedy.
Yeah.
I heard that we supposed to be doing some shows soon. What's up with that?
Yeah, I got one at night. And we're doing through this Cambodian women-driven organization. They asked me to come through. So,
But you say bitch a lot. How is that gonna work?
I didn't have I said bitch at all on camera?
Oh, I snitched on him. No, I'm playing.
Thanks,
No, I'm playing.
thanks. Now you're ruining my brand. Thank you so much.
No, I bring that up because, like, you're going to be doing a women's event, right?
Yeah.
And the bitch word you can't say no more.
Absolutely not.
What is that going to be
Off
like
camera? Sure. Right.
What is that going to be like for a comedian? Because y'all got to be like real careful with what y'all say. But the fact that y'all say outlandish shit is why y'all have a genre.
Yeah.
So like, how fun is that actually? Is it constricting? What's up?
No, I mean, it's just about your topics. Like, I've been doing comedy long enough now that my repertoire is pretty, I can choose jokes. Like, I'm not working on, I mean, I have right now like 3 or 4 bits that I've been just trying to like hone. Maybe I'll put one of them in there, but then like I have a shit ton of old reliables that don't even have to broach the subject, right? You know,
do you think that's good for the genre? Because you don't necessarily have to say a B word unless they are a bitch. You know, and that could be up to a man.
No, well, see,
as well, so.
I was actually having a conversation with my friend about it because I lead 2 kind of lives right now, right? I'm a teacher. That's my main job right now, and I teach in this really affluent school district. And at night, I know how to fucking party,
Right.
and so I get into some crazy shit at night. And my homeboy was like, why don't you just talk about both? Because I usually keep all my shit pretty clean for the camera. If I'm doing like a big show or like a corporate event or like, you know, college, I'm always very progressive. You know what I mean? I'm very on the pulse of like knowing what's going on, social issues. Social justice is extremely important to me. And then like in the back end, it's like, oh, I could talk about fucking wild shit if I wanted to, and I do that for like the bar shows or like, you know, the seedy clubs. If I get a late night spot at 11, you know, they keep me at like one show until like 1:30 in the morning, I'll just lose my shit because I've already been drinking, you know, and I'll just say some wild shit. But overall, like, it depends on the venue, depends on the space, depends on the crowd. It's like you kind of have to make those adjustments to be able to deliver, you know, a good performance.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all got a little bit of everything out of him. We probably will talk to him a little longer, but we got to go. So we love you. We appreciate you. We respect you. We out.
Peace.